So I'll try to show how to use this really nice program called NMRFx that is developed by, and is still being like developed by um Professor Bruce Johnson, and which is a really nice person. And it's definitely, if I'm not able to show you how to do the process, you can always ask him or look at um at the documentation in his website. So I actually want to show how to do a processing of, where is my data, of a ubiquitin data, but on like a relaxation experiment, just a actually test experiment. So start with 14, for example, and then what I have to do, go to where my folder and go to the SIR file, for example, and I open, then I have this guy. This is my so I'll generate a script. So I array the script because it's a experiment where you have like a pseudo, is a pseudo 3D. So in one of the dimensions I have my VC list, for example. So in this case I didn't convert the TT, like the VC counter, to the actual time. So I just want to show how to process. So I'm gonna call it like this name and just replace whatever I have there. So it's out of phase. I'm gonna click here on crosshair over here. And then I have to come to, for example, dimension, phasing, and then I can see like that is like about 90-degree out of phase. I can actually type. And there's still a little bit. I'm gonna put like out updates so you can see what I'm doing. So I can actually use set the pivot where my crosshair is. So my pivot is here now. So I'm gonna try to work a little bit more on my PH1 phase. Yeah, so we can check now. Yeah, it looks good on the we can actually see. Yeah, it's like nitrogen is not really great, but hydrogen is good. So another thing that we can do is like extract the region and do also like some like the zero. We have like a zero fill. You can do like zero fill of factor of 2, for example, on the hydrogen dimension. But I thought, yeah, or 1. I mean, it's up to you. Alpotization, I like to do like a little bit of LB as well. So I'm gonna leave an LB of 1 in the hydrogen dimension. This is my window function that I can actually see here from -5 to 1, then a power of 2, and then I have like the multiplication of the first point. You can play a little bit with this guy if you want, but NMRFx is really great and it takes the proper number. So I can also extract region. For example, I will extract from 11 to, for example, I can actually do from 11 to 5.5. And I also forgot to put the signal suppression just to suppress the water peak. Okay. So I can expand this like show full now. So I have like now extracted. We can now, like, it's still a bit out of phase. I can work a little bit more on my direct, like the hydrogen phase. Yeah, so it's looking a little bit better on this part, but it's still not great on the other side. It's a bit better now, and we can now go to the indirect dimension, to our dimension 2. So we can do like linear prediction, including you can do like, for example, using Nesta. I'm not big fan for 2Ds with like Sometimes it gets actually worse. Do some apodization. I prefer to do LB of 0.5 in the indirect dimension. Then we can try also work a little bit on phasing, which is supposed to be like 0, but it's like a little bit out of phase. Let's put our crosshair like here, for example. Yeah, I see like we can try tricking this guy a little bit and see if that actually makes anything. Yeah, so we start having like issues so much. It's probably much better just to leave. Yeah, I see like I'm having issues if I change this guy. So yeah, I'm gonna just come back to 0, 0 again. Prefer to leave like a little bit of phase. It's like not perfect, but yeah, we're not going so down in terms of noise. You can try also check, for example, what is the multiplication of the first point. I think it's 0.5 if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so I already negate imaginary. So we have the proper spectrum. Let me see. I can try do a little bit more of zero fill. I think I had like this actually really truncated. And we can also try doing like, yeah, so it doesn't get actually better if we do extension. We can do also like linear prediction. You can include other functions over here, for example. Okay, if you wanna add baseline correction or extract region or measure, whatever. So I'm gonna leave like this. And what I'm going to do is now what I'm going to do is just like save my project. And so I have everything T2. Okay, saved. And I'm gonna also save my processing. Okay. I can save it dot by. So yeah, we replace this guy. So now what I can do also is check like my decay. For example, I could use like assignments if I had it right away, but I can also like just my case command and I'm going like command shift to like, but I can also let me see, can come on here, peak, just mark them like I have two peaks here, but I can like I'm not distinguishing them now. Just want to show you like that you can actually pick them. And so after doing that, you can inspect, you can do like for all your peaks, for example, can even like center, can play a little bit along with if you think it's not properly center all this stuff. What I'm going to do now, like I'm also gonna get the side chain with my tryptophan, and what I'm gonna do is like go to pick. Sorry, I gotta actually click here and come on inspector, and I'll calculate my E volumes. So I have total of 58 peaks that I pick. Um, and I can come here, plugins. Let's see if it's gonna work. Oh yeah, I have to save this guy. Project save, plugin, dynamics, show ring, and then what I can do here is come to load from pick list. So it's understand that is my T2 project. So I say like so T2 R2 or T2 experiment, and it can load, and it's gonna, so yeah, you have like no molecule present. Yeah, you could have like add your protein here, so I'm not adding. So this time, so I have it here. I can see all like my DKs, for example, but I can come and then I can fit them, and I can see, then I can check each one of them. So it looking good so far. Okay, so um okay, so this one is looking good. So what I can do is also come here. I can come to a spectrum, new come to new window where I will add, let me just, before I do that, let me just duplicate my list. You can come to pick and then show peak table, and then I can come edit, and then I can duplicate where it's I can duplicate my list, and then I can come here. I'm gonna call it T1. So let's see. Then what we'll do is just come Spectra new window, and then here it's my new window. Okay. So I can come file, open, and I think 15 is my T1 experiment. Yeah, that I was working on. Then I can do that. And let me try if it's gonna work. Let me just auto generate from my just gonna do from the beginning. If you have like saved, you can use the save and process, and then I'm gonna call you T1 save. Then it's gonna process, do the same thing again. So crosshair here, dimension ones, like I wanna do save solvent suppression. I wanna do it phasing. I can do it like now, for example, 90. Oh, it's actually minus 90. Let me see, it's gonna read my minus 90. It did. So yeah, this guy looks a little bit like better in terms of phase. This also has like more points along the F1 dimension, so it looks better. I can do, for example, I want to start at 11 and T for 5.5. Can do the same process I did before. Can do some apodization as well. Okay. And then I can show like full. It's gonna show everyone. Okay. So I can do the same thing on my indirect dimension, exactly what I did last time. Just want to use 0.5 here. Yeah. Okay, so what I can do now is just come here, peaks, and I can add duplicate list, and then I can come T1 and okay. New list name, I will add like T1 list. Then then everything is here. I can come again, right click, inspector. I'll measure my E volumes. Again, I have the same 58 points. And I'll close this guy. Let's see if we are able to see the other list as well. So file, load from pick list. Now the T1 list is here. So I can see that's T1, load. And then I can actually do the same, fitting all. You can see that my data is pretty good as well. See? Okay, so now, for example, what I have, this one is like, not as good. Now what I can do is just like, I'm gonna save my project. And I'll load my nosy experiment as well. So I'm gonna come Spectra new window, and then I can do like project, sorry, file, open, then I can go to 19 that I believe is my, oops, wrong file. Where's my SIR file? Oh, so 19 is not my nosy experiment. Let me see where is my nosy experiment. Let's see if 13 is my nosy experiment or not. I don't recall which one I did as a nosy. So let me see. And oh no, this is a CBCA. So this, let me just cancel this guy. Let me check. Yeah, but you can pretty much do the same thing and just load your nose experiment. Let me just pause this guy. And then I'll come back when I have my notes. Yeah, okay, so I think now I have it. Let me go again, Spectra new window, and then file, open, and then I think now 13 is my my trinuclear NOE experiments. Let me see if it is. Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna do is like same thing here, like cross here. So it just also, you saw that, for example, it split it, everything, it did everything. So it's great, really great program. It does like, so let me just put like my crosshair here. Let me just do my phasing at my crosshair, and then I think it's minus 90 or 90, like, or actually 90, close to, a little bit less than that. So we can do like a little bit here just to crack more. Yeah, so we can do a little bit of one. We're not so worried about this guy really here because the side chain, but we're more interested in this like guys here. So yeah, I think this is like, yeah, I prefer to leave this guy like better, in better shape. So we can, yeah, let's just zero this guy and see what happens. Yeah. And let's extract so we have like a better look. 5.5. Cool. And then, okay, so it's not so great. My phasing, so try to a bit better. Yeah, I see that I have a little bit like I'm having some issues with my stronger peaks here. You can see that I'm not quite able to phase them together. So yeah, I'll try to do like some more like zero fill, see if I can get a little bit better than that. And also a bit of LB. So let's do an apodization, and I'll try to do like G to have like more. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. And then let's try doing the same thing with my dimension 2. Let's do the my apodization here, 0.5 as well. Yeah. And then what I'm gonna do is just like come to pick a duplicated list, and then I'll get like from my T1, T2 list, something like that, and then had NOE. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, okay. So it says the target list already exists. So yeah, let me change fix duplicated list. I want this list, and then I'll call it NOE. Okay, so it was added, and then yeah, this is quite important because it has the same number. I think we can also like tweak select. I mean, we can tweak the selected peaks or tweak all peaks. Yeah, so we have like a little bit like an adjustment. Then I'll do the same inspector, right click, inspector, measure. Yeah. Come here, project, save. Let's see if we can do the import again. Load. Let's see if we can get the NOE as well. Yeah, sometimes what happens is like you get lost on so many windows, and I'm terrible working with, yeah, right here. So you see like here, just like NOE, and then you load. And then that's easy, our NOE. We have one negative here, which is 435. Yeah. It could look like, for example, for all the others, including the 57 here, that is our sidechain of our trip, is actually this guy is can I say is all positive as well as expected. I didn't actually pick the other side chains, but yeah, so that's good. And what we can do also like on this program, which is really great, but I still didn't get to this point, is to use model free. And actually use all the data you just load to calculate your order parameter and all the others components like of the different models of the model free approach. So yeah, and also one thing is the numbers I got for my T2 is now correct because I didn't convert the VC list to a actual list of delays. Okay, so but that's it, and I hope this is useful, and you can actually use this to start processing your data. You can use to process the other data the same way. And you can always check on the website and talk to Bruce. Thank you.